Good afternoon, children. We've discussed these questions based on time today in the class, and we'll be talking about the solution of A and B. Let's begin with the A question. The A question says, we went for a movie whose duration was 1 hour 15 minutes. And what was the length of the movie in minutes? That means we have to convert this 1 hour into minutes and finally add on the remaining 15 minutes in order to get the total length of the movie. We have to find out the complete length. So what you're going to do is in your notebooks, as you know, you will be writing the date, thought, exercise 10.4, heading and the question in the form of dots, and then we are going to begin with the solution. So after writing the word solution, the first statement should be as given in the question: total duration of the movie is equal to 1 hour 15 minutes. This has been given in the question to us. We need to find out the complete length or duration of the movie in minutes. We have to find out the length of movie in the minutes. So what are we going to do? We are going to convert this hour into minutes. कैसे convert करेंगे? We'll be multiplying the number of hours into minutes. 1 is here, so if you multiply 1 with 60, everybody knows what are you going to get? You're going to get 60 minutes only, and remaining 15 minutes are to be added to it. So if you add it on in your rough column, you will be getting 75 minutes as the answer. Okay, so you can write the final statement, that is therefore length of the movie is 75 minutes. I hope I'm clear here. Then we are going to move towards the B question. Children, the B question says, Raman went to see a cricket match. There was a boy called Raman who went to see the cricket match. He reached the stadium at 6:45 p.m. and was late by half an hour. By how many minutes was he late, and what time did the match start? So we have to find out two things. Number one, by how many minutes? We know he was late by half an hour. First we need to find out how many minutes are there in half an hour, and at what time did the match start. So let's begin. Okay children, so again B question is to be written like this: Raman went ... start solution. Number one thing, we are going to write down the time statement given. So time when Raman reached the stadium. What was the time? When he reached the stadium, it was 6:45 p.m. and we need to find the number of minutes in half an hour. We already know how to denote half. How do we denote half? We write 1/2. Or in fraction also we have read that how do we denote half? By this particular way, that is 1 as a numerator, 2 as a denominator. And how many minutes are there in an hour? 60 minutes are there. एक घंटे में बेटा कितने मिनट होते हैं? 60 minutes होते हैं. So we have to find out how many minutes are there in 1 hour. half an hour में कितने minutes होते हैं? So we are going to find out. Nothing is there at the bottom, that means 60 will be considered as a numerator, whereas there is an imaginary one. Okay, imaginary one is there. We have to simplify this expression. इसको हमें simple करना है. So I'm just focusing here. So you will find out whether you can divide 60 by 2, yes or no. So how will you do it? Directly we can do, we will just read the table of 2 and see whether 6 comes in the table or not. So if you read out the table with me clearly, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, yes or no? So 2 1s are 2 and 2 3s are 6. 6 is completely divided. पूरा कट गया. 6 is completely divided, and this remaining 0 we can put here. So you see 1 is remaining here, 30 is remaining here. 130s are, what will be the answer children? It will be 30. And what were we trying to find out? We were trying to find out the minutes. That means how many minutes are there in half an hour? It is 30 minutes. This is the first part of the answer we've got. Okay. So now that we've got 30 minutes is the time by which Raman was late to reach the stadium. Now we have to find out the match or the time when the match started. So time when match started was whatever time he reached and whatever the delay was, jitni der mein aaya tha, this was the time he reached and this was the delay. So 6:45 he reached minus 30 minutes, half an hour se he was late, no? So 30 minutes हम minus करेंगे. So I've made two columns here, one is hour, another is minutes. 6:45 was the time he reached, and by how much time was he late? He was late by 30 minutes. So we are going to subtract it. Okay, and after subtraction what do we get? Let's see. 5 minus 0 is 5, 4 minus 3 is 1. Okay, and what time is it? 6 only. 6 minus nothing, or just imagine 0 here. So 6 minus nothing is 6. So what would be the correct time? The correct time would be 6:15. We were talking about PM. So this was the correct time when the match started. So the final answer or statement can be written as, therefore the match started at 6:15 PM. And this is how you can easily solve the word problems based on these time based questions. Thank you so much, children.